My freshman year of college has been a blur, but when I came home this week for a funeral, something from my past came back to haunt me. Let me take you back to my senior year of high school. It was a normal day, study hall in the library. I was working on computer science projects since the school computers had JCreator and my laptop didn't. That's when he sat next to me. This tall, pale guy with long black hair covering one eye. He always wore the same thing, an anti-flag tee, ripped denim jacket, and old Doc Martens. He never talked to anyone, just existed on the edge of everything. When I sat down beside him, he looked up at me like I'd just committed a crime. I froze, tried to distract myself by digging through my bag. Then I heard him chuckle softly and mutter, "Of course." I told myself he was just talking to his computer. Coding frustration, right? Trying to break the awkwardness, I said, "She gives too much homework. I can barely keep up." Without looking up, he said, "You want the answers, don't you?" I laughed it off. "No thanks. I won't learn anything that way." He gave this weird, unsettling laugh. It crawled under my skin. When I looked over, he was gone. But he'd left his flash drive behind. It was a Swiss Army knife-style drive, the coolest one I'd ever seen. I figured I'd return it to him the next day, but he never came back. Days passed, then weeks, then months. No one seemed to care. He was always absent anyway. By graduation, he'd basically vanished. I forgot all about that flash drive until 2 days ago. Back home for the funeral, I needed a flash drive for my college project. Then I remembered his. I scanned it for viruses, clean. So, naturally, I got curious. The first folder was labeled Computer Science, every assignment, every answer. Maybe he did want me to have it. The second folder, Music. Just 3 songs, Running on Empty by Jackson Browne, White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane, Helter Skelter by the Beatles, Weird Mix. Then there was an untitled folder. Inside, AP literature essays, and one file called The Best Doc. When I opened it, my heart dropped. 10 pages, filled with his name, handwritten, over and over again. I clicked back. Now my hands were shaking. There were photos. Every emergency exit plan in every classroom. A cigarette burning on a bathroom floor. A photo of coins with a sticky note that said "chump change" in all caps. And then, a picture of me, reading a book in English class, a class he wasn't even in. The last file was called Rest in Peace 2, but it was empty. I don't know what it meant. I don't know what happened to him. But sometimes late at night, I wonder if losing that flash drive wasn't an accident. Maybe he left it for me. When I was 12, me and my best friend Allie were obsessed with ghost hunting. Every weekend we'd watch paranormal shows, grab my old flip phone and pretend to be investigators. One night, around midnight, we got the brilliant idea to do a real ghost hunt in my own house. My house was old, with this creepy basement that felt straight out of a horror movie. There was one room at the very end, a small cell-like space we never used because everyone said it felt wrong. We went down the stairs, hearts pounding, cameras ready. We started asking questions like, "Is there anyone here?" or "Give us a sign." But nothing happened. Disappointed, we went back upstairs and watched the video. Nothing. Or so we thought. A while later, we decided to re-watch it, just in case we missed something. And that's when everything changed. The longer we watched, the heavier the air felt. Then, we heard it. Faint footsteps. But not ours. And behind Allie, something moved. It was this distorted, human-shaped figure with glowing white eyes, staring right into the camera, right at us. We screamed, shut it off, and sat there frozen. We didn't tell anyone, not even my dad. We just promised never to go back into that basement again. It's been years since that night, but sometimes I still dream about those eyes, watching me through the dark. This all happened on Halloween night, back in 2014. My name's Max, and I grew up in a small town called Findlay, Ohio. I never believed the local rumors about Van Buren State Park until that night changed how I saw it forever. Van Buren was your typical quiet village, small, peaceful, except for one dark spot, the state park. Locals whispered about strange people hanging around there, even assaults that had happened in the woods. But my friends and I never saw anything bad, so we brushed it off. We used to bike the trails, blow up little works bombs, and fish by the lake. It was part of our childhood, until senior year, Halloween day. That afternoon, I texted my buddy Ian to go for a run at the park after school. I'd joined the Army National Guard and wanted to stay in shape. It was around 4 p.m. when I pulled into the parking lot. That's when I saw him. A bald guy in an old silver car, just sitting there, staring. His eyes were wide, almost hungry. He didn't blink. He just stared straight at me with this weird frown, or maybe a grin. I nodded politely, trying not to be rude, but he didn't stop staring. The longer he looked, the more uncomfortable I felt. So I decided to leave. But as I pulled out, I checked my rearview mirror and saw him following me. My heart started pounding. I hit the gas and sped toward my high school parking lot until I finally lost him. I called Ian, told him what happened, and said maybe we should skip the run. Then my phone buzzed. A text from Ian. Here. My stomach dropped. He was already at the park. So I turned around and drove back. And sure enough, there was Ian's car. And 2 spaces away, the same silver car. The bald guy was still there, still staring. I signaled Ian to follow me, and we drove to a different parking lot deeper into the park. We got out, thinking we were safe. We walked down the hill to check out the trail before our run. Then we saw headlights. That same silver car was circling the lot, slowly, like it was looking for us. From where we stood on the hill, we could see him, but he couldn't see us. We waited in silence, hearts pounding. Finally, after a few tense minutes, the car drove off. Ian and I looked at each other. 2 athletes versus 1 creep. We figured we could handle it. So we ran the trail anyway. But I picked up a rock, just in case. Thankfully, we never saw him again that night. But the fear stuck with me. That feeling of being hunted. I've graduated since then. I'm in the National Guard now, studying at Bowling Green State University. Sometimes when I drive home, I still pass by Van Buren State Park. I'll slow down, glance at the lot, and wonder if that silver car is still out there. Maybe I'll never know what that man wanted, but I know it wasn't good. So if you ever go hiking or camping at a state park, don't go alone. Stay alert. Because not every monster hides under your bed. Some wait for you in the woods.